All right, today we're going to build a complete web automation environment right from scratch. And believe it or not, in just the next few minutes, you're going to have a powerful engine ready to go that can automate pretty much any browser task you can think of. So let's just dive right in. I mean, have you ever wanted to just tell a web browser what to do? Make it navigate, click on things, type into forms, and pull out data all on its own with code? Well, that's exactly what we're setting up the foundation for today. And I really want you to think about it this way. We're not just installing a few tools here and there. No, we are building an engine. This setup is going to be the core machinery that powers all of your future automation projects, whether that's scraping data or running really complex test suites. So what are the key parts of this engine we're building? Well, we're going to be using two industry standard technologies that work beautifully together, JavaScript and Selenium. Let's take a quick look at why this combination is just so powerful. Think of our engine as having two main components. First, we've got JavaScript. That's the language we'll use to write our commands, the actual instructions for what to do. Then you've got Selenium WebDriver. This is the toolkit that takes those JavaScript commands and actually makes them happen in a browser, mimicking what a real person would do, like clicking and typing. Okay, so before we can start building the engine itself, we need to set up our workshop. This just means making sure we have the basic environment ready to go so we can actually run our code. And the foundation of this whole workshop, it's something called Node.js. See, normally, JavaScript is kind of stuck inside a web browser, but Node.js, well, it's the bit of magic that lets us run our JavaScript code directly on our computer. This is the key that really unlocks all this powerful automation. So, do you even have it installed? Let's check. It's super easy. Just open up your terminal and type node-v. If a version number pops up, you are good to go. Next, type npm-v. npm stands for Node Package Manager, and it's our essential tool for installing all the other cool stuff. It pretty much always comes bundled right with Node.js. All right, our workshop is ready to go. Now, it's time to draw up the blueprint for our project. And this blueprint is basically a single file that's going to manage all the details and all the different components of our automation engine. So let's hop back over to the terminal. First, just make a new folder for our project and then move right into it. From there, run the command npm init. This starts a little setup wizard that generates our main blueprint file. And for now, you can honestly just hit enter through all the questions to accept the defaults. And what that command does is it spits out this file called package.json. It's really just a simple text file that holds all the important info about our project. You can think of it like our project's central nervous system. It's going to keep track of every single thing we install from here on out. Okay, blueprint is in hand. Now it's time for the main event. We are going to install the absolute heart of our engine, the Selenium WebDriver toolkit. Back in your terminal, just make sure you're inside your project folder and run this one simple command. What's happening here is NPM is reaching out to its massive online library of packages, finding Selenium WebDriver, and then downloading and installing everything your project needs to use it. It really is that easy. And boom, here's the proof that it all worked. If you take another look at our package.json file, you'll see a brand new section called dependencies. That little entry right there confirms that Selenium is now an official part of our project. Our blueprint has been upgraded. So we have our language, right? We have our main tool. But there's one last link in the chain we need. We need a way for our Selenium code to actually communicate with a specific browser, like Chrome or Firefox. This final piece is called a browser driver. And honestly, the best way to think about it is as a translator. Your Selenium script speaks Selenium, and your browser, well, it speaks Chrome or Firefox. The driver is the thing that sits in the middle, translating messages back and forth so they can actually understand each other. Now, getting this set up basically comes down to 3 steps. First, you download the specific driver for whatever browser you want to use. Second, you just put that file somewhere safe on your computer. And third, this is the really important part, you add that folder's location to your system's path variable. The path is just a list of shortcuts that tells your computer where to find programs. So when Selenium tries to use the driver, your system knows exactly where to look. And that's it. Seriously, your workshop is set up, your blueprint is complete, and your engine is fully assembled with all its core parts. You now have a complete, professional-grade environment for all your web automation ideas. So the only question left is, where will you drive it first?